I am clarity. I am presence. I am love. I am abundance. What's up, you guys? I'm in here today because it's raining outside. But I'm not gonna let that stop me though. Let me see what we got here. You know what? It doesn't even matter because I know what happened yesterday. As a matter of fact, I'm going ahead and talk about this topic today because I had something happen yesterday with my family. We were discussing this thing going on in Minnesota. Okay, now I usually like to debate, but as of lately, I definitely see now I don't even I don't want to debate about it. Let's just say that, okay? So my niece and my sister come home and they're seem to be kind of upset, and I'm wondering what's going on. So they start to explain to me about, that my niece was saying at work how ICE is going around and like going into establishments and grabbing illegal people, quote unquote, okay, right? So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I wonder why they're so concerned with this. Like I'm trying to picture in my mind what where the correlation is. So they start talking and we start to get into it and they're explaining, the situation, and I'm just gonna tell you what I think. I mean I saw the lady looking like she might have been trying to hit him, but you know, it I try to see things from both sides, and it's been very hard for me to see this from the officer standpoint, okay? But also, it's hard for me to see this from the woman's point of view because me or you wouldn't even been there. That's why we weren't even there. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We weren't there. All right? We weren't there. Okay? So that was a decision, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? My brain was like, Cardell, you got to keep it real. If you're going to keep it real with somebody, bro, you got to keep it real with yourself. Just like when you punched that guy in the bushes so that you could get your drug money because you knew he was stopping it and you just wasn't going for it that day, right? Because you've been through this before. I had been through that before. I said, well, if I was the cop and uh, I've been hurt before on the job, and the law says that if I feel my life is in danger, that I can defend myself. And then put the icing on the cake, if I told my kid and my girl that I'm coming home tonight, sorry, lady. Hey, y'all can call me whatever you want. Sorry, lady, you got to go. I'm going home to see my babies. My babies, because of what you're doing, I feel like you're trying to hurt me. And I said, ooh, let me back up off of that one. Ooh. I said, ooh, boy, I think it's very unfortunate that the situation happened. So what I'm thinking now is, you know what? I'll be over here and I will let y'all discuss this. You know what I mean? Because I'll just be over here not shooting anybody and not getting shot. Okay? That's what I would choose instead of either of those options that were going on in that situation. But that's the besides the point now. Okay, that's just my view. Now I'm wondering what's going on with my family. Okay, so um, my niece starts to keep going, and now when I feel other people's energy, I don't grab it anymore. So it's like I'm seeing my sister and I'm seeing my niece, and then I'm just like going back and forth, right? Back and forth, back and forth. And I'm like the energy is just like I'm conducting it, but I'm not holding on, you know? like, And it's just boom, 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 like going back and forth. And I'm just like, you know what, you guys are right. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are right because you can't see this from both sides, okay? And you don't want to see it from a side of don't be in that situation. You know what I mean? So I said, hey, you know what, you guys, look, I'm good, y'all. I'm good, you know. And my niece is like, Uncle, you're getting me upset. Blah blah blah. Were you just worried about aliens? And I'm like, oh. But we'll talk about the aliens later, all right? Because if I'm not mistaken, I just heard something about Europe's bank making some announcement about the government's gonna make an announcement. So I'm just saying, this is what I heard. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? Okay. We'll talk about them that subject at another time. Okay, so all right, trying to get down to why is she feeling bad. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, Cardell, what? Like, she's upset, like. And then my old thoughts come in, and I'm like, you know what? Women just can't keep their emotions together. And I'm like, come on, dog, that's bullshit, dog. Like, come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's not even true. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, Cardell. Why would you even think that, right? You know what I mean? This is me now in my mind, like, yo, I don't even want no negative. You know what I mean? I'm just choosing no. So she gets upset and she's crying. Now I'm like puzzled because I'm like, I'm missing something. You know what I mean? I'm missing something. So I wait till she calms down and I'm like, what's up? What am I missing? And she's like, my father's Hispanic and my mother's black, and then I work at a restaurant in the back. And the people that I work with are prejudiced basically, and they look at me like I could be an illegal, right? And I said, oh, that makes sense. They're trying to label you as something that you're not. I said, I totally understand because they try to tell me I'm a mentally ill ex con homeless drug addict, and I'm not. I get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I knew that I missed something. And when I told myself, I was like, see, Cardell, you think you know, but you ain't even catching up on what's going on. I said, hold up, brain, hold up. Like stepped in my brain, like, yo, whoa, no, who's putting negative thoughts on the line here? Like I keep telling y'all, stop putting negative thoughts on the line. If I come in here again, bro, like I will stand right here and watch every thought come through here. Okay, so like let's get this together in my mind, right? And my mind's like, oh well, you really did catch it because you saw that you were missing something. And I said, you know what, you're right. I did catch that I was missing something. And that was what allowed me to go get to the bottom of it because I realized I was missing something. And I totally understood. And right there, I was like, you know what? I'm good, y'all. I'm good on all of that. I'm just going to continue to just keep looking at everything in the best positive light that I can. Some bad things happen. I mean, life isn't all roses and peaches. At least it hasn't been for me. Like, I mean, I don't even know if it was all roses and peaches for Jesus. I'm just saying, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus. I'm just saying some of the best of us have troubles, right? And things happen badly. I mean, we have to take accountability for ourselves. I mean, I hate to say that if that's a tough pill to swallow. I'm this is my attempt at it. Okay? So, I love y'all. And I'm good on the debating, on the arguing, all of that. Really, all the negative, you guys. I got a couple of other stories. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all before I get out of here. I got a couple of other stories, but I think the lake is the or not the lake, because that's the ocean down there. The ocean is gonna be where I go drop these because they've been hard to deal with. Some situations I've been doing the shadow work on myself and trying to get every bad feeling up out of here. And I've ran across a bunch of them in a little time period that I hadn't thought about in a while, and I was like, "Ooh, why are these ones so tough?" You know what I mean? So I'll tell you what those are in the next couple days here. As I said, it's raining outside, so uh, yeah, that's about it, you guys. I'll just be at least coming to see you at least once a day. You know how I try to do anyway. Well, maybe you don't, maybe you do, but that's what the time is, and I love you guys. Y'all be easy.